War 9 of Season 44, I am bringing Stealthy, Scorpion, and Valkyrie. I'm taking Path 5 and then Path 4. Okay, so this first fight is a Kindred on Node 5, and normally I do have Wags for this fight, and Wags pretty much fully mitigates the downsides of this fight, but even still it should be a pretty straightforward fight. There are 2 breakpoints, and that is when he is debuff immune. When he's not debuff immune, the fight's over. So, yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, right back at it. Forces of Will, make sure my pre-fight's on, all that stuff. Okay, and let's get into the fight. Okay, so we start, and I just want to land a parry, which I promptly miss, and then Dex, which is really bad. Okay, I tap him. He does go unstoppable, which is a little bit unlucky. All right, there we go. Now I can put the slow on him. But actually, no, I'm going to knock him down, sorry. Okay. And he's going debuff immune, so I can't slow him. And now I'm in the corner, and I have to Dex. Okay, he's probably going to go unstoppable. I'm not really getting a good opening. All right. There I get clipped, which is not good, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay, tap him once, and he goes unstoppable. Not good. Back in my heavy cycle. Okay. And now he's in Nightmare Outbreak, and I tap him. I just decide to YOLO, and it does not work. Okay, I'm still getting degen'd. I can kind of be fine. I don't Dex there. Drop the special 2. Perfect. But again, he's debuff immune again. And I do a slight hesitation between my light to see if it goes unstoppable, and I die. Yeah, let's run that back, and let's break down some of the mistakes that I made. Okay, here's the first one. It's the obvious one. I Dex. If I just parry heavied, the fight would have been more likely over because it wasted a lot of spacing for me. Okay, that was the first mistake. Okay, the second mistake is not here. It's after this. I'm just slowing this down so you can see this wonderful fight in all its glory. Here is the second mistake. I do what I'm supposed to do. I bait out the heavy. I should have punished. I could just punish him. There's no reason not to. I could just hit him a couple times and give myself space. That is the second mistake. Okay. So we already established that I missed the heavy, and then I did not get space when I technically could have. It's kind of against the game plan, but it wouldn't have hurt me at all. Okay, here I got heavied. I'm kind of a mistake, but it is what it is. I do lose my evade, which would have mattered if I hadn't sucked. Okay, everything's been going decent after that. I watched the unstoppable, and I did a good job of that. Okay, I'm dexing everything in the corner. You could probably argue I should take blocked hits to prevent myself from degenning. But that doesn't really matter. Here is the best thing I did in the entire fight, which is I dropped the special without dexing. Perfect. And here is the last breakpoint for the fight where I mess up. Right there. I should have hit more. I tapped once to see if I would get the unstoppable. I should have just YOLO'd. And you can call that a mistake. I guess that kind of is. It's kind of a mistake, kind of not. But it would have saved me, because that one ended up not being unstoppable, regardless of whether or not it would have been the right move strategically. So, as I was saying, what the Wags would have done is it would have allowed me to basically play around those debuff immune phases without having to lose any ground. I could parry, I could tap him a couple times, and that's the main thing. That being said, I'm going to go in without a Wags again. So, here is how the fight's supposed to go. Spoiler alert, I do end up soloing this, and here's how the fight's supposed to go. I land the parry, I bait that out, okay, and then I bait this out, and I go. And he's slowed. Okay, that's half of the hard part down. There I Dex, which is fine. Okay, I'm going to throw my special 1. Okay, now I have one more hard phase left. I just have to look about the debuff immune, which for some reason he doesn't seem to have. Not really sure why. So I parry there, or I Dex there, which is not good. I need to watch the unstoppable. And it doesn't proc, which is perfect. Okay, we are literally good to go. That's the whole fight. So the fight's down. And it's frustrating because I made a couple mistakes, undoubtedly. I had some not great AI, not great RNG, but the number one thing is this, and here's the thing that really pisses me off. There was a Wags planned for boss. Boss was already down. They took it without the Wags, and I knew that with Wags I would not have any downside, because the only thing that can go wrong in the fight is what did go wrong, which is the heavies push me in the corner, and I lose ground because I can't parry. And that wouldn't have happened if I'd had Wags, and there actually ended up being a free Wags literally on the person who was on my path. So, yes, I played really bad. I had some bad RNG. What could go wrong in that fight did go wrong in that fight, so that part I can't control. But I played bad. I missed the parry. That's the first thing. But the main thing that makes me a little bit irritated is that all of the downside of that fight could have been mitigated if I had just realized that there was an empty Wags and asked for it. If I had just realized there was an extra Wags, I would have soloed it. Okay, and I'm talking about that fight into this fight, which is kind of fitting because guess what? During all these fights, that's all I can think about. But I have to try to set it out of my mind as best I can. Okay, we put the slow up. Then I'm going to go ahead and throw my special 1, and now I have the crit and the slow and the fury. Okay, that's perfect. Now there's really only one thing, which is when he goes not unstoppable, unblockable, you'll see. I can just sidestep him. So that's the only thing. I'm about to hit him, and he's about to go unblockable for the rest of the fight. That's fine. I just want to sidestep him. I don't end combos because I want to be in a less prone position. It allows me to dash back. When you don't end combos, you can dash back and still have time to dex. So it allows me to dash out of the range of his basic hits and his special hits without messing up the other. Alright, go ahead and special 2. He's almost down. Final stretch. He's getting a little bit frantic with his movements, which is not good. And yeah, here we go. Combos a little bit. Just want to bait this SP2. I do not want to die to this SP2 this late in the fight. That would be such a problem. Okay, we got that. Now I can just combo. Oh, I thought I was going to combo in a relic. I guess I didn't. I went for a backdraft. Here, look at that walk up. That's not what you like to see at all. Then I combo and relic, and he dies. Okay, that fight is down. The next fight that I have is a Claire. The first thing that I wanted to do in terms of my instinct would be to intercept. My fear is this. If I try to intercept, she dashes back, I'm scared she's going to try to heavy me, and then that would mess the fight up, because then I would probably go unstoppable, or she would go unstoppable and be bad. So instead, I'm just going to go for an intercept, or a parry, but in this case, an intercept. Alright, slows on, fight's over. Another slow, fight's especially over, now I can hit hard. Okay, I was kind of going to try to bait that special out, but she didn't really feel like throwing it that much, so I just kind of didn't really waste that much time trying to bait it. Okay. Here's the special 2. Normally she gets a bunch of power when you're immune to stuff, but with the withers, that's obviously not a thing. She probably loses a little bit of power, actually. It doesn't look like she is, but I'm kind of surprised. Alright, here we go. Almost done with this one as well. Dex that. I do have an Invalon for this fight, of course. And hopefully I don't need to use it. Just want to get the special out of her. There we go. And, yeah, that is that fight. Down, relic to finish again. I don't think I've ever had 2 relic finishes in one war. Okay, the one positive out of this war. The next fight that I have is a Mangog on node 38. This is the node that I take every single war. Yeah, I do have a Wags, and you're going to see the difference. Instead of being stun immune, I can just parry and back off. Again, would have helped if I hadn't triggered Dex, or if I could parry at the beginning. That would have been nice. We all do make mistakes, though, so I mean, it is what it is, and I'm trying to shake it off. But yeah, check out this difference. Like, obviously, I play better here, too, but check this out. I can just parry, tap once just because I can, and look, that's it. That's the whole danger phase over, right? Or half the danger phase over, that is. The first danger phase is over. All right, there we go. And I probably want to bait this special one out, so that's why I tap the block to try to get the special out of him, just because I don't want to do with the special, too. It would not kill me, but it would be annoying. All right. Here we go, second danger phase, and here you're going to see again, this danger phase is not really that dangerous if I can parry. There we go, and here it's worth it just to push him. Alright, and I'm probably going to try to bait the special 1 out. Okay, he's unblockable, so don't try to block, that's pretty standard. He takes massively reduced damage, but that's fine. For a second, I didn't realize that he takes reduced damage, and I was like, dude, I'm not hitting hard. I know there's something going on. It's probably resistance, but that's kind of weird. Okay, but, and then you can see right after this, I start hitting for, like, almost 11k on my mediums again, or my lights. All right, so here we go. No more knockdowns. At this point, the fight should be over. Gonna go ahead and bait that out. All right. Okay. Not the greatest AI, but it's not that big of a deal. It's definitely good enough. Do my parry and dashbacks back into combos, which are, of course, really good for pausing. Okay, I should relic into this just to make it a 3 straight fights with a relic. That would have been kind of cool. Again, the one upside of this war, unfortunately. All right, last war. I'm still thinking about that death now, and I definitely was thinking about it in the fights. So kind of trying to process 2 things at once. As best you try to put it out of your mind. By the way, I got the I got the portal first try here. I'm just saying, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever done that before. But just trying to parallel process, trying to think about the fight, what I need to do, my game plan, as well as my mind can't help but think about all the things I could have done differently. But it is what it is. I'm trying to put that out of my mind, especially during the fight. Okay, I do make a couple mistakes in this fight, but they're not game killers. And here she's getting pretty passive, and I'm like, dude, you need a block. And she finally starts to block. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit better. One more block and I'm safe. Okay, now I'm feeling comfortable. I have room. And I'm not doing the light to get her to pause because I just don't want to lose space. And you're going to see that gets me a couple times. So I thought that was a block and it wasn't. And that is going to get me one or two more times. I made a specific choice. See, here I'm doing dashbacks and stuff and to try to get her to block a little bit better. And there it gets me again. And I made the conscious choice to not do lights just because I didn't really want to mess with doing extra inputs. And I knew that if I hit her a couple times, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, so I have 3 pierces now, which means I want to get the special out of her. Okay, then I want to hit block because I just used up a lot of room. And then once I can hit block, I want to invert my combo. Okay. Let's invert combo. There we go. Hit her block. Invert combo because she dashed back. Perfect. Okay. And now I want to build up 3 bulwarks if I can because it's hard to get specials and I should utilize them best I can, which is to give me the most powerful fury possible. Okay. More hits. Hit her again. Again, that's me not using the light. And that was a choice. Not perfect, of course, but it is what it is. Alright. There we go. Sometimes it's okay to make calculated imperfections if that makes you feel more comfortable. Alright, here we go. And now I have 2 things on my mind. I want to get that special out of her so that I can have a better chance of her not wasting my fury. Now I can 5 combo perfectly. Get all of my bulwarks and all that fun stuff. Special. Alright, there we go. And there I do the light because I needed to make sure I could maximize my fury. Here I hit her, which is not good because I waste my fury because now she has a bar of power. But it doesn't really matter because I end up killing her. So that is the war. I usually end it with all solos, but obviously I can't do that. Made some mistakes, and especially the tactical one of not checking to see if there was an extra wags when I knew it would really help. That one hurts the most, but it is what it is. My team is hopefully going to pick me up. It looks like they are so far. Thank you for watching.